Before we switch to room rate discounting, guys, let me just clean the table and then everything will be clean. Room rate discounting, let me just clean and give you guys heads up so I can save time a little, okay? Room rate discounting is extremely needed by hospitality corporations because hospitality corporations change rates, I don't want to say on occasion, but frequently. Maybe not like every day, but every month, every 2 months, and all, they change rates. So how do they do this? This is the question. How do they change the rates is based on different rates and discounting procedures, discounting standards, and discounting needs of the hospitality corporations. Therefore, this practice is reducing room rates based on customer needs and customer wants, okay? If they find room rates too high during the peak season, you might, even the low season, even the peak season, on low season, peak season, okay season, doesn't matter, you will have to do to rates to find the optimal price. During the low season, guys, okay, room rates discounting is so preferable because every unsold room has a cost to a hotel operation, hospitality operation, or cruise lines, or theme parks, or any other branches of hospitality industry. Okay. During the low season, discounting your room rate is going to help you in that case to even increase the occupancy a little bit, because when you increase the occupancy, even though you might not realize higher revenues, but at least you're covering the cost of turning down that specific room. So that is the main purpose of room rate discounting. Another main purpose. Also, rooms are typically discounted for regular travelers and groups. So how much do you charge for groups? Let's say if there's a conference group regularly comes to your hotel, books 100 rooms for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, okay? That will be room rate discounting for those groups as well. You're still realizing higher revenues, even though room rate discounting, but room rate discounting becomes important for those type of travelers. For example, group of business travelers, group of conference travelers, group of any entertainment travelers from any entertainment companies, okay? Or any other frequent regular travelers, frequent individual travelers, okay? So this becomes very important. And then discounting is usually done for those type of group travelers, okay? Well, basically, room rate discounting works based on the sensitivity of the customers. If the customers are so sensitive, discounting might not be the best option. Still, you can do discounting, but it might not be the best option because sensitive customers, if they increase the price, they will respond to it drastically, okay? Or decrease the price, they will respond to it drastically. But both scenarios might possibly not be able to create a higher level of revenues, okay? Therefore, reasonable discount becomes very important. Again, room rate discounting are usually done for price insensitive customers or regular customers such as conference delegates, business group travelers, or any other group travelers. Because if you are a price sensitive customers, it is beneficial for management not to change rooms and to keep it at a reasonable discounts or reasonable price, maybe like 5%, or give some room amenities to make them loyal. So these are different kind of strategies in the industry which is applied to room rate discounting, guys, okay? But the one and only purpose or objective of room rate discounting is to capture more market share, more guests, bring more guests to the property, make them spend more money, because once you have the guests in the property, they will spend not only for rooms but your amenities as well, okay? So, when to discount, what to discount, how to discount is the issue, okay? We're gonna do examples no matter what, but let's just discuss that a little bit. Customers, the management might want to give discounts to the cases, to the situations that when they know that they might not be able to sell the rooms. For example, if any room which is not being sold on daily basis is a cost to a hotel, right? because there are 24 hours in a day. If the room is not sold after 24 hours, it becomes a cost to a hotel. Therefore, if there's any walking guests at night, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., discounts might be given to the customers to at least make a little bit of money from the chunk. Therefore, this becomes a great strategy in the industry by the management in terms of discounting to catch the at least optimal revenue on a daily basis, guys. Okay. However, the key is to find out how low you can go in discounting. So rent to discount situations right here. Situations are right here. What to discount? Rooms, F&B items, amenities. How to discount? How low you can go? This is the question. What do you think? Think on your own. You can do any suggestions. You can also email me any suggestions. So it will be a great participation from you guys if you want to. There's no obligation, of course, but if you want to. Okay. Guys, how low we can go in our discounting? We can just, if you're charging $150, we can just say $20. We can do zero. Of course, we cannot go negative numbers, but that's how we go, how low we can go. That's the maximum level that we can go low. It is $0, but that's not the reality in the industry. Therefore, in order for us to determine how low we can go, we have to lay out a discount grid along with the equivalent room occupancy, or in short, ERO. Okay. Once we do this, we will get to analyze different scenarios, and then we will be able to see how low we can go in our prices, and what kind of discount we can give to our individual travelers, group travelers, and any other travelers, and how much we should sell the rooms to capture at least or maintain the same room revenue. Keyword: maintaining the same room contribution margin. Sorry, contribution margin is the profit margin at the same time. Guys, when you want, as a decision maker, if you want to give a discount to any room, okay, you would like to maintain the same room revenues, at least maintain the same room revenues. Let's say you are charging 100, you have 100 rooms occupied, you're charging $10 for 100 rooms, therefore your revenue is $1,000, okay? If you want to give a discount to $8, which is 20%, okay? You still want to maintain this $1,000, okay? But the question becomes, I was just selling 100 rooms right now. If I do the discounting to $8 from 10 to 8, I know, selling 100 will not work. Selling the same amount of rooms will not work, because I will then just realize $800. Therefore, I am just losing $200 right off the bat, and that's not acceptable. That's not financially acceptable. So by doing the ERO, we will determine how many rooms we should sell right here to maintain the same room revenues and contribution margins, which are examples will be based on the contribution margin, guys. Okay, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna see different scenarios about what I just told you right now. That's why we are gonna create a discount grid to talk about all these different scenarios and to come up with the best discounting scenario and option to benefit to our operations especially during the low season, for the group travelers and for the other regular travelers. Could be business, could be resort, could be families, could be even individuals. Okay, guys? Equivalent room occupancy serves this purpose. I just erased it, but serves this purpose, guys. Okay? We have a main equation for ERO. ERO, equivalent, stands for, equivalent room occupancy, stands for, is equal to current occupancy percentage multiplied by rec rate, I will get to this, rec rate minus marginal cost over rec rate multiplied by 1 minus discount percentage minus marginal cost. Guys, rec rate is another terminology of best available rate or a walk-in rate. Okay, guys? Therefore, I just put rec rate over here, but you can always remember as a walk-in rate or best available rate. All right? So we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff over here. Take the current occupancy, multiply by this division right here, and the division is rec rate minus marginal cost over rec rate minus multiply by 1 minus discount percentage minus marginal cost. Okay? Well, it's the example time, in class exercise time right now, and then we're gonna see Stacy and Lottie example. And hopefully it will be much more clear and you guys understand better. You guys understand the concept better. Stays and Loti, which is, let me just change my marker. Stays and Loti, which is a luxury boutique hotel, has 60 rooms, cool, and its rec rate, walk-in rate, best available rate is $400 with a marginal cost of $80 per room. Okay, let me just erase, I forgot, sorry, my bad. Let me just erase this. So what we have so far, we have the occupancy percentage for Stays and Loti, and we have the marginal cost to produce each room, the marginal cost, and we have the rooms available for Stays and Loti. Currently, Stays and Loti is having a low season and its current occupancy is 55%. The management of Stays and is considering discount the rec rate by 25% so that they can increase the occupancy. What they would like to do, they are not happy with the current occupancy, therefore the revenue, therefore the profit margins. They would like to discount the prices to capture more market share. What equivalent occupancy percentage, this is ERO right here, okay, must be achieved to maintain the same levels of contribution margin per room with the discount in the rec rate, discount in the walk-in rate. Assume that marginal cost will remain the same for discounting situations. Guys, marginal cost is the cost of producing one room, okay, and in real life it changes, but to make our life simpler, we're gonna keep it the same. We're gonna assume that it will remain the same in our Stays and Loti example. Okay, just erase this, show you the solution, guys. So all we have to do, guys, we will have to perform and run the ERO equation right here. Current occupancy percentage, do I have that? Yes, I do. Do I have the rec rate? Yes, I do. Do I have the marginal cost per room? Yes, I do. Same rec rate. Do I have discounted percentage? 25%. Yes, I do. Same marginal cost over here. Look, I have every single component of the equation, and all I have to do, I'm going to plug in the numbers. 55% of current occupancy multiplied by the entire division right here, okay? $400 is the rec rate. $80 is the marginal cost. $400 same rec rate multiplied by 1 minus 0.25 discount percentage and the same marginal cost. All I have to do, guys, I'm gonna do the mathematical solution one by one, okay, and then I will keep reducing what I have over here. I will keep reducing it, and then I will find the solution right now. So simply after this point, it is just the math solution, guys. Take a look at this. I can simplify this equation. So 55 multiplied by, let's keep it that way, 400 minus 80, 320 over 400 multiplied by 1 is 400. Excuse me. 1 minus 0.25 is 0.75. 400 multiplied by 0.75 minus 80. Okay, guys? I will do the parentheses first, then division, then the minus. Then I can simplify the upper equation just like that, and my equation looks like 0.55 multiplied by 320 over 220. Do this part first, then multiply by 0.55. Then I will have 80% occupancy must be achieved to maintain the same contribution margin per room. Look, I had $400, right? Rec rate, walk-in rate, best available rate. I have 55% occupancy, correct? And I have $80 marginal cost, and I have the contribution margin over here. We don't know it yet, but I will show you in a second, okay? If I want to maintain the same contribution margin, guys, assuming that marginal cost per room will stay the same, which is 80, I will have to, if I want to give 25% discount in the room, 320, 20% discount, 25% discount, it's going to be $300, I believe. I couldn't do the math in my. Yes, $300. Okay. If I want to give 25% discount, my rec rate has to be $300. But I need to maintain the same contribution margin. Therefore, ERO tells me that I have to at least minimum increase my capacity to 80% in order for me to charge $300 by 25% discount, same contribution, same marginal cost, and maintain the same contribution margin. This is my ultimate objective right here. This is called a discount grid. I will show you right now in the lecture notes. This is called discount grid, and I would like to achieve the scenario whenever I want to give a discount to any type of traveler, mostly groups, any type of travelers during the low season or during any season, even sometimes peak season, okay, depending on the operations and the location and all that, okay. So take a look at this. This is exactly what I just lay out over here. What is the total number of rooms must be sold per day to keep the same room contribution margin? Okay, let's calculate that. Let's put in the discount grid. Let's create the discounting grid, and then we will see everything in a table. And then our interpretation as a decision maker, our managerial interpretation, will be solid like rock. Okay, like a rock. So take a look at this. Let's assess the situations right now, guys. Current situation, without any discount, I have 60 rooms with a 55% occupancy. Therefore, I'm selling 33 rooms, right? And I know that $400 is the room rec rate, which is given in the question. And I do have the marginal cost of $80, which is also given in the question. Guys, take a look at. I want everybody to take a look at this portion right here, right now. Okay? This part right here. Room contribution margin is equal to room revenue, 33 rooms multiplied by 400, minus room marginal cost, 33 multiplied by $80, okay? Therefore, 10,560 is my room contribution margin, and I would like to maintain this. So forget about this part right here, without giving any discount, okay? This is my current situation, guys, and I want to maintain this at least, and hopefully realize higher levels of revenues. But at least I want to maintain this number over here. How I get this number? Room revenues minus total marginal cost of rooms right here. And you can see the decomposition. I know I would like to give 25% discount. After the discount, take a look at this. I will have to sell 48 rooms instead of 33. So clearly, there is a 15 rooms increase from the current situation to after discount. Now I need to sell 48 rooms. Am I right, guys? Right? Because 60 multiplied by 0.80. How I get this 0.80? This is the ERO solution, equivalent room occupancy solution. Now I have to sell 80% of my capacity to come up with 48 rooms. Because I'm charging $300 instead of $400 right now, marginal cost doesn't change. Take a look at my contribution margin solution right here. Room revenue, 48 multiplied by 300 minus 48 multiplied by 80, which is the total marginal cost of okay? I am just maintaining, okay? Same contribution margin, $10,560, $10,560. Okay, guys? So that means I have to sell at least 48 rooms with $300 to keep the marginal cost steady at the $80. Therefore, I will be able to sell. I will be able to maintain the same contribution margin. So $100 decrease in room rate is going to give me hopefully $15 increase in the capacity. In other words, in the occupancy percentages. This is called a discount grid. So how to discount is established by doing the discount grid. But of course, in real life, guys, it is not as simple, because in real life there are some expenses over here, and there are a lot of discounting situations. And then you will lay out the differences, and you will analyze the optimal discounting situation during the low season. Okay, guys? So this is what I just told you guys. This part is talking about different part of the discounting grid. I have to sell 15 more rooms, to make it 48 rooms, which is 80% of the total capacity. When I give $100 discount, which is 25% off $400. Okay. All right, guys. This is the last portion of our lecture for today, for chapter 4. actually for chapter 4, and what we have been talking so far was based on the room pricing for cruise lines, for theme parks, for timeshare, for lodging, but how about the restaurants? Okay, menu engineering is an analysis to figure out the product pricing for the F&B items in a standalone restaurants, or in the restaurants, in the lodging establishments, or in the cruise lines or theme parks. Okay, guys, menu engineering is heavily used practice, mostly by F&B operations. F&B directors are, of course, as a director, you don't get to calculate anything, but you will be given a report. F&B directors analyzes the reports and then come up with a decision making. What we are gonna do, guys, we're gonna discuss everything in the menu engineering, from food cost to selling price to revenues to popularity to profitability of all the items, and then contribution margin of each menu, and then we're going to talk about the sales levels of each menu items. We're gonna touch base with a whole bunch of stuff in the menu engineering, guys. Okay, because it's a great practice for F&B, and then we're gonna decide if we have any menu item that is running on low profitability, low popularity, low sales levels, or vice versa, high popularity, high profitability, and high sales levels. We're going to find the contribution margin in this analysis. Contribution margin will tell us, and then, as I said before, our objective is to find the popularity of each menu item along with the profitability of each menu item based on a sales mix percentage. Contribution margin is the profitability. Okay, so we're going to find popularity based on a sales mix percentage, and the profitability based on a contribution margin. So let me write it down. Popularity and profitability are the main objectives. Okay, for each menu item, we're gonna do this. Are the main objectives of the menu engineering, guys. Okay, take a look at the Sunrise restaurant. We're going to analyze the Sunrise restaurant right now. Before we analyze, I would like to talk about a couple of more things, and then we're going to get to the main point. There is no specific equation for the menu engineering. Okay, however, there are 9 steps, if I'm not mistaken, 8 or 9. 9 steps to find out both popularity and profitability of menu items. Okay, each sequential analysis, each step has a different purpose, and then we are going to go over that right now based on the Sunrise example. Sunrise restaurant is trying to analyze the sales efficiency of its dinner menu items and come up with a pricing strategy associated with the menu items' food cost structure. So what we are doing right now, there's a restaurant called Sunrise Restaurant. They are not happy with it. They would like to reprice their F&B items, or see how the items are performing in terms of sales, in terms of cost, revenues, contribution margin, popularity, profitability. For pricing purposes, they would like to come up with this tool. They would like to utilize this tool and do the engineering to see how the menu items are performing. The management of the restaurant would like to find out both popularity and profitability of the existing menu items based on their selling price, food cost percentage, sales volume, and contribution margin. The financial data for the selling price, sales volume, and individual food cost dollar amounts are given as follows. So take a look at this table right here. This is the dinner menu item, okay, for the Sunrise restaurant. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 menu items, from sirloin steak to chicken a la king, okay, and selling price of each menu item, food cost of each menu item in terms of dollar values, and the sales volume, how many plates, how many steak we are selling. Sales volume is also given for each menu item, guys, okay, and the total sales volume is 1190. Okay, we will need that number later. Okay, so this is what we are given in the question. All we have to do, we are going to find out popularity and profitability of each menu item and draw the graph to classify each menu item based on their profitability and the popularity. Guys, it seems complicated again, but it's not, okay? It is a little lengthy because we have a lot of steps to follow, but it is a very, very fun exercise to do. I like it a lot, actually. And it's a great tool to utilize for F&B operations as a decision maker. Imagine yourself, you're a director of operations, you get to deal with all kinds of stuff. How are we going to do this? Guys, we have steps, okay? The first step is to find out the food cost of each menu item, okay? The equation for the food cost percentage is equal to food cost percentage is equal to food cost in dollars over item selling price. Food cost in dollars are given, item selling price is given, so we can find the food cost percentage. Take a look at this. What I'm going to do right now, guys, okay, I'm going to extend the table given, and whenever I pass a step, I'm going to make it, I'm going to give it background. I think it's a white or beige background, I don't know. But I'm going to give a background right here so you can see that specific step solution. So again, take a look, don't take a look at this right here. This part was given to us, denominator item, selling price, food cost, and sales volume. And now this is my solution for the first step. So food cost is food cost dollar, okay, food cost in dollars over selling price in dollars. Therefore, for sirloin steak, I'm going to do the same thing for each menu item. $3 over $9.95 will be equal to 30.15% of food cost to produce one sirloin steak is 30.15%, okay? And I will do the same thing for each menu item, as you can see over here. For example, for fish and chips, it's $28.57. I can feel that you guys, some of you become a little hungry after the menu item. That's fine. So this was the first step, guys. The second step is the contribution margin of each menu item. CM, in short, is equal to selling price minus food cost in dollars. Very easy, okay? All I'm going to do, okay, well, the table is cut into half, but I'm going to show you the rest of the table. So sales price, food cost, sales volume are given. So this is step number 1. We just calculated. This is step number 2 right here. So all I have to do, I'm going to take the selling price, for example, for sirloin steak, $9.95 minus food cost in dollars, and contribution margin becomes, which is the profit, becomes $6.95. And I will get to do this. I will do this for every single menu item, as I told you guys before. Okay. So this is the rest of the table because they're, the page. We are done with that page. All right. Step number 3, the sales mix for each menu item. Let me tell you what sales mix is, and then I will get to that point. Guys, the sales mix is the individual contribution of every single menu item to an overall situation, to an overall scenario, okay? Therefore, sales mix is equal to individual sales volume over total sales volume, okay? So we need that number for total sales volume, and I will show you by using the sirloin steak example right now. So we have this, step number 1, 2, step number 3 right here, which is sales mix. So individual sales volume, 240 sirloin steak that we sold in a given day or in a given week, whatever, over total sales volume, which is 1190, okay guys, is going to give me 0.20 or 20% result for the sales mix for the sirloin steak, meaning 20% of my entire sales are coming from sirloin steak sales, okay? And I will do this for the entire menu items, okay? For example, for the lobster platter, only 5% of the entire sales are coming from the lobster platter sales, okay? And I will do this, as I said, for each menu item, and then at the end, the sales mix has to be equal to 1, which is the 100%, okay guys? Don't forget. Step number 4, revenue for each menu item. The calculation, the formula is sales volume multiplied by the sales price. Well, let me tell you one thing over here, guys. I'm so sorry that I cannot put the information given over here because I don't have enough space to show you. I rather show you how to calculate it. So sales volume, I'm going to take sales volume of sirloin steak multiplied by the selling price. These are given to me. in the question. Therefore, I'm going to come up with $2,388 as the revenue. And I will, as you know now, I will do this for every single menu item. For example, for the prime rib, it is $4,350. So you can see the individual sales revenues for every single menu item, and this was step number 4. Okay, I'll keep going there. We have more steps, and then I will have to add those up. So I'm generating in a given day or week or whatever. I'm generating $13,963.50. So I'm generating this as the total revenue. Step number 5. Total cost of each menu item. Okay, all I have to do, I'm going to take the sales volume, multiply it by food cost in dollars to find out the total cost. $7.20 for sirloin steak, for lobster platter $480. Okay, see, like you can see everything in one great table, and then you will get to analyze if you're doing well or not in each menu item. But there is more to it. Popularity, profitability. We are getting the point right now. Okay. So I will get, for the step number 5, I will do everything. I will do the same thing for every single menu item. Okay, this is my sales mix, this is my revenues, and this is my total cost. Look, I'm generating this amount of money, but my total cost is this for a given day. Let's say a given day for the dinner, for a dinner day. So the difference, I'm keeping it as the revenue. Oops, excuse me, guys. Step number 6 is the gross profit or menu contribution for each menu item. Revenue minus total cost of food, okay, which is this and this, this and this, this and this, okay. Revenue minus total cost of food, total cost of food items, menu items, okay, is going to give me the gross profit. For example, for again sirloin steak, $2,388 minus $720 is equal to $1,668, and I will get to do this same thing for every single menu item, and I will come up with the total contribution margin, okay, or the gross profit before the taxes for the dinner menu items for a given day, which is $9,225. Excuse me, and 50 cents, and I need all these for profitability and popularity. Okay, guys. Well, step number 7. So I am done with my analysis. Okay. The next step is to find the popularity index, guys. Popularity index is based on the sales mix. Okay. We are gonna find how popular the menu items are. When I say popular, I meant to say how a specific menu item is demanded at what level. Okay. Well, what we are going to do right now, okay, we are going to find the popularity index first, and then we are going to compare every single item's sales mix with the popularity index to determine if that specific item has a high popularity or low popularity, okay? In order for us to find the popularity index, we have to perform a specific equation. The equation for a popularity index is 70% or 0.70, same thing, multiply by, in parentheses, 1 over n. N, in this case, is the number of menu items. We have 7 menu items. We know what n is. The numbers are given. Therefore, when we run the equation, 7 menu items we have over here, we know that. 0.70 multiplied by, in parentheses, 1 over 7, it gives us 10%. So the entire popularity index for every menu item, okay, every single menu item is 10% over here. As I told you guys before, all I have to do after this point, after find the 10%, which is the popularity index, okay, popularity index right here, 10% is for every single menu item. All I have to do to compare each menu item's sales mix with the calculated popularity index to find out if there's a high popularity or low popularity for each menu item. Sirloin steak, sales mix, it was calculated before. So let me just give put the numbers over here again. 0.20, 20% or 0.10, 10%, same thing. Sirloin steak has a 20% sales mix when the popularity index, which is the benchmark, is 10%. Therefore, sirloin steak is a high demanded item because it has a high popularity. On the other hand, crab combo, only 4% sales, only 4% of the entire sales are coming from crab combo. When I compare it with my popularity index, which is 10%, clearly 4% is lower than 10%, therefore it has the low popularity item. And I will get to do this every single menu item. Lobster platter, low popularity. Prime rib, high popularity. Fish and chips, low popularity. Okay. New York strip, high popularity. Chicken a la king, high popularity. I'm going to determine this. I'm going to leave it at that for a second, but I will get to combine it at the end in step number 9. Therefore, step number 8. Now, we're going to determine the average contribution margin and profitability of each menu item. How are we going to do this? We are going to compare. We're going to take, let me just scroll down. I'll show you. We're going to take the total profit of the dinner menu, okay? And then we're going to divide it by the total sales volume. Total sales volume 1190. If you remember, I will show you. Sorry, my bad. I apologize. This was the total. Oh God. This was the total sales volume right here. Okay. And then, if you can remember, one more. This was the total gross profit. What am I going to do right now for the contribution margin, guys? I'm going to run the equation to determine the contribution margin for every single menu item, and then I'm going to compare it with every single menu item's individual contribution margin. Average contribution margin, I'm going to find this first because this becomes my profitability index. Total gross profit of the dinner menu over total sales volume. $9,225, $9,225.5 over $11.90 is going to give me $7.75. So what does this number mean? On average, every single menu item is supposed to produce $7.75 as the contribution margin. But sometimes it is not the case. That's why we need this number to compare this number and then take this number to compare it with every single menu item's contribution margin to determine how profitable they are. Take a look. 7.75 is my average contribution margin, and these are the individual contribution margins that I calculated from the previous steps, and I listed over here, and these are the contribution margin of each menu item, okay? And then I will compare. Sirloin steak only gives me 6.95. Each sirloin steak that I sell is going to give me $6.95. Well, my expectation is $7.75. Therefore, it has low profitability. Wait a minute. It has high popularity, but it has low profitability. What are you going to do? Director, you're the FME director. What are you going to do? What's your managerial strategies when you have a menu item like this? Or when you have a menu item like this, crab combo, $9.95, $7.75, high profitability. But crab combo is not a popular item in your menu. What are you going to do? We will get discussed in a second. Okay, guys? So we did this for every single menu item, okay? And step number 9, we're going to classify it, okay? How are we going to classify it? It's under menu engineering, there are 4 different classification systems, okay? We have stars, plow horses, puzzles, and dogs. These are 4 different classification items, and each classified item is going to give us a clue about each menu item. Stars, high popularity, high profitability. Plow horses, low profitability, high popularity. Okay. Puzzles, high profitability, low popularity. Dogs, low profitability, low popularity. Okay, HH, LH, HL, LL items over here. So we're going to classify them, and then we're going to see, take a look at this, we're going to see what we can do with those items. We're going to see everything in one little table right now, because this is our popularity and profitability table along with the classification. My profitability is right here, popularity is right here, and my classification is right here. So this was my ultimate point in menu engineering. This is my ultimate point and objective in menu engineering, I will get to analyze them based on the profitability and popularity, then classify them, then lay out the managerial strategies based on those items. Take a look at my sirloin steak. Low profitability, high popularity. They are plow horses based on the classification right here, guys, okay? My crab combo. High profitability brings more money. Low popularity, it doesn't sell much. Puzzles. Prime rib, high profitability, high popularity, star item. Fish and chips, low popularity, low profitability, it sucks. Dogs, okay? Every single classification is gonna tell us a specific pattern and characteristics of how each menu item is being demanded and sold in the operation. Therefore, we will get to classify just like that. So, let's talk about this graph right here. Stars. H items, right? Plow horses. HL items, puzzle, LH and LL. Puzzles and dogs. Stars. High popularity, high profitability. High profitability, high popularity. Okay, this is prof, this is popularity. All right? For the stars items, take a look over here. There's only one star item, prime rib, because there's a four different quadrant over here. This part are the stars. Let me tell you something. In real life, guys, all the menu items are listed. This is the software screenshot, by the way. I get it from my friends from the industry for you. This is the software screenshot, and these items, like every day, it deviates, it moves, okay, based on the sales figures, based on demanded figures, based on demand, right? For the stars, for the prime rib, okay, high popular, high profitable, managerial strategies. Don't do anything. Keep doing what you're doing for the star items. Don't put a stick on a turning wheel and stop it, okay? Great, put it that way. Because for every single item, their objective to be right here. For example, for fish and chips, to be right here. Well, first here, then here, okay? Plow horses, high popularity, okay? You can see high popularity. Popularity is here, profitability is, which is contribution margin. Low profitability, high profitability, but low popularity. Let me check something not to mislead you guys. I always get to confuse these two. Okay, low profitability, high popularity. Oh, I was right, sorry. High profitability, low popularity, okay? Plow horses over here. Chicken a la king, for example. Well, low profitability, but low profitability, but high popularity over here. This is 7.75 right here. $7.75 average contribution margin is the red dot right here, guys, okay? As you can tell, chicken a la king brings only 6.25 or 6.75. So low profitability but high popularity. Look at the high popularity. Popularity is right here. It's high. What are you gonna do? Guys, low profitability, high popularity. It is a high selling item, okay? But it doesn't bring you much. Number one and only and most important managerial strategy is to increase the prices for plow horse items because it's selling anyways. Increase the prices. Probably demand is inelastic over to that product, okay? Puzzles, high profitability, low popularity. Where's puzzles? Right here. 775 over here again, this is the contribution margin, average contribution margin. High profitability, of course, like let's say for puzzle item over here is like, let's say $10. Low popularity, it's negative over here. Look, close to 0, but my benchmark is over here. High profitability, low popularity. It doesn't sell much, but when it sells, it brings great amounts of profit to you, right? Market that items. Market them. Train your employees to upsell them. These are the great managerial strategies for the puzzle items. Dogs, gosh. They don't bring money, look at those items. Low popularity, low profitability. They don't bring money, they don't sell, they are just paying to be in the menu item. Put those items in a selected menu as a managerial strategy. Selected menus, lunch menus. Give those items, okay, push to sell those items. Change the name of those items. Change the portion size of those items, okay? Nothing works, get rid of those items, are the best managerial strategies for the dogs, okay? So as you see, there are different managerial strategies for different menu items in the menu engineering, and it's a great tool to have for an FME director or FME manager, guys, all right? So you will get to see how each menu item is behaving in terms of sales, the cost structure, the gross profit, and then how demanded they are and their demand level by the customers, which is the popularity. So this will give you, as I said before, this will give you a great idea to revamp your menu items, to revise your selling strategies in the FME outlets. Okay. Well, guys, this was the last thing that we had to cover in Chapter 4. Please make sure that you are staying on top of everything. If there's a quiz deadline, online submission, or any test that you'll have to take, please make sure to follow the syllabus, check the course content and schedule to stay on top of everything. If you have any questions, please email me anything, or if you want to meet me, make an appointment in my office, and then come see me and we will talk about your questions, we will discuss your questions, and that's it for today, but I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.